Hey guys, it's welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, how have you been? How have you all been? I hope you've been well. As you guys saw from the title for today's video, I'm going to share with you guys what I've been doing, what I've been applying to even up my skin tone and target those hyperpigmentations. Before we get started, please don't forget to press like, and yeah, let's get this video started ahora. The first thing that I'm doing to even up that skin tone and to help me get that healthier glow is sleep. Yes, I will not rest until you guys all tell me that you've been sleeping very, very well. I think it's really funny that people are trying to get that perfect or healthy looking skin without doing the most basic thing, and I'm guilty of this myself too sometimes. But recently I've been trying to get back on track and trying to sleep at 12:30 and I'll wake up at 9:30. I try. Didn't say I do, but I try, okay? And that's what counts. And you guys probably have seen that sleep really does make a difference for yourself. I mean, after a really long night of sleep, when you look in the mirror in the morning, the next morning, you'll notice how calm and healthy your skin looks like. Whereas if you only get like 3-4 hours of sleep and you sleep like at 4 o'clock in the morning, you'll see that your inflammation is still red. The skin's texture just doesn't look very appealing. It doesn't look ideal. So this is something that you can experience and see for yourself what sleep can do. So make sure to get a really, really good night of sleep and also sleep early. The second thing that I'm concentrating on is, of course, applying my sunscreen. Now, I've always been diligent with my sunscreen, but one thing I've been doing differently is that I've been applying more physical as opposed to chemical. Now, even though I honestly love the luxurious, the really nice lotiony texture of chemical sunscreens, to be honest, most of the times they're not waterproof and they end up melting really easily on my sweaty skin. As you guys know, I haven't said that in a while. I sweat a lot. Like a lot, full stop. So because physical sunscreens are a little bit more drying on my skin, what I'll do is that I'll make sure to really hydrate and moisturize my skin, and on top I'll apply a physical sunscreen. I feel like they do last a longer time on my skin, even though they don't necessarily have the most ideal texture. And also I bought myself a backup of the Labiat UV Veil No Sebum Sun Mist. This is a sun cream that comes in the mist form, and I think this is such an ideal way to reapply your sunscreen on top, especially if you have makeup. I'll just spray this on every like 3-4 hours. And I wish more skincare brands would come out with mist forms because these are so ideal to reapply throughout the day. From now, I'm going to be talking about certain ingredients that I'm really looking into to even up my skin tone and target those hyperpigmentation. So I've been using the ingredient vitamin C, of course, niacinamide, love, and also sulforaphane. So I'll talk about these 3 ingredients in more detail as I introduce you guys products that I'm actually using right now. And starting off, of course, are pads, toner pads. Now, the thing is, I think with active ingredients, it's so imperative that you are consistent with them. You have to at least use them for 6 weeks or a month to 6 weeks to see some actual effect. And since I'm someone who loves trying out new skincare all the time, it's really hard for me to stick to one. But toner pads make it so easier. I've been using these 2 delicious toner pads. These should be very familiar if you've watched my videos before. First, I have the Kudal Tangerine Vita C Toner Pad, which I also showed you guys in my recent video as I did a raw get ready with me. And as a matter of fact, I think I have 2 left. I only have 2 left in the second bottle. The thing about this toner pad that I really love is how hydrating it is. It is soaked in essence, and it makes it ideal as to use it as a first step of skincare because it already provides a very nice good layer of hydration. This has tangerine extract, which is very rich with vitamin C. It also has niacinamide, and it also has lemon extract. Now, the only thing that I would like to see a change with this product is that I wish they would change the quality of the toner pad itself. As the skincare industry is developing, we are now seeing so many other toner pads with such great quality of the pad itself. So the pad with this one feels a little rough on my skin. If you have thick, oily skin, don't worry, this is going to work fine. However, I have compromised skin barrier. They're very heavily compromised. Summer took over. I don't know what happened. So the bumpy part of this toner pad feels a little heavy. But I will continue to use this because I really do like the experience of using this. But just a little minor detail. Just a minor detail, yes. And of course, the Bella Monster Blemish Care Solution Pad is also another one that I'm using. I love Bellamus or toner pads. Like seriously, they are, first of all, they changed the game with this little flap, with this little cap. Like this is genius. This is what I would call innovative. It changes your life, but it's simple. Now this has calamansi extract, which is also very rich in vitamin C and also has niacinamide as well. Now I do prefer the quality pad of this blemish care solution pad a little bit better, but the Kudai one is still a little bit more hydrating. Not to say that this is drying at all, but I just really prefer ones that are rich and that really give you a nice layer of hydration. The next two products of vitamin C that I've been very diligent with is the new line from Missha. This is their Vita C Plus ascorbic acid. I'm currently using their spot correcting firming ampoule and also their spot correcting concentrate ampoule, which I think is very, very interesting. And I really, really am excited about this. And I'll get to this in a sec. Starting with the ampoule, this has 25% of liposomal vitamin C formula. Now, this does not mean that this has 25% of ascorbic pure or vitamin C. And actually, let me break it down to you what that 25% liposomal vitamin C formula is. They've basically encapsulated the vitamin C into a liposome, which is a very tiny small sphere that has an outer wall of fat, or aka membrane. Yes, we're taking it back to high school biology here. And what's interesting is that the fat that consists or makes up this membrane is the same fat that makes up the membranes found throughout our body. So not only does this liposome help preserve the ingredients, but it also helps in a way that our body doesn't need extra energy to perhaps break down a certain ingredient because it's the same fat membrane. So by encapsulating the vitamin C, it really helps it get absorbed better onto our skin. And you guys probably have heard that vitamin C is a more difficult ingredient to work with, and let me explain to you why. That it degrades really, really fast to oxygen. And if it's oxidized, it probably will be degraded even before we get a chance to apply it onto our skin. So the fact that they've encapsulated into liposome is great. Double thumbs up. And they've also, of course, put it in a dark tinted bottle. Moving on to the next part, which is the vitamin C formula. So like I said, this is not 25% of the pure vitamin C, but it's a formula that consists of other ingredients. So they put in ceramide MP, 1,2-hexandiol, and they've also put in ascorbic acid. So this probably won't break you out or make your skin irritated as easily as this part that I will explain in a second. This is the ampoule that I've been putting on consistently, and the formula is pretty light, which makes it perfect for now because it's getting a lot warmer and hotter. I wouldn't necessarily say it's too light or too heavy. I think it's like right in the middle. Now moving on to the next product, which I think is very, very interesting. This has 10% of ascorbic acid. So L-ascorbic acid is basically the purest form or the chemically active form of vitamin C, which makes it a lot easier for it to get absorbed into our skin, to work in our skin. And so they basically put in a vitamin C powder in it in a solution so that every time you pump it, the product will mix these two products together. Oof. 아깝다. I feel like I need to apply this onto my face right now. This way we can use this product the freshest without worrying oxidizing or degrading. So I have very, very high expectations for this. Another product that I thought was very, very interesting is the Iope, the Vitamin C C23. Now this has 23% of pure vitamin C, L-ascorbic acid, and I also use this as a spot treatment. Formula of this is quite interesting because it's not exactly a watery formula, but it has that hint of oiliness. Now I couldn't exactly find out what this layer of fat or oil is in the description in their website, but the product did have a couple of oil extracts. So maybe that's what it is, but if I ever find out, if you guys know, please let me know in the comments down below so that we can all share. But I actually do have very, very high hopes for this because the ingredient list looks amazing. Not only does this have 23% of pure vitamin C, but it also has niacinamide, panthenol, hyaluronic acid. Now with this product, they do advise using this product within 2 months after opening it, and that of course probably has got to do with how fast or how vulnerable vitamin C is to oxidization. So I gotta use this up pretty fast now, but I will also keep you guys updated on how this works. Now moving on, we're going to look into the next ingredient, which is niacinamide. Now I think niacinamide is honestly a very underrated ingredient when it comes to brightening or like evening out the skin tone, because it's not as harsh as vitamin C or difficult to work with as vitamin C. And also niacinamide also works to regulate the sebum production of our skin. So I have a couple of niacinamide products that I'm using currently. Now this one, I'm kind of cheating because I just did get this yesterday, but this is the Innisfree Brightening Pore Serum. Now this product also does have vitamin C in it, but with the new Innisfree product, I feel like this one is more of a all-around product as opposed to just brightening care. This also takes care of your pores, brightening and hydrating, because not only does this have vitamin C, but it also has panthenol and niacinamide. Now with the formula of this, I think if you have oily skin, you're gonna love it. It's very, very light, very watery. And so I do have to use a more of a thicker moisturizer when I do use this. And I think perhaps maybe I love using this during the summer. And I think compared to like the vitamin C products that I've showed you guys earlier, compared to these three, I think this might be more of a friendlier approach if you want to target the hyperpigmentation, because this has a lower level of vitamin C in it. So yeah, I'm also very excited to try this out as well. Another product that I have been using for quite a while is the Yuja Niacin Brightening Moisture Gel Cream. Basically, this is a gel cream type and has Yuja extract, 90% Yuja extract, which is filled with vitamin C, but this also has 5% of niacinamide. This is a very light, watery gel cream type, so I think if you live somewhere very hot and humid, you will absolutely love this, because this also has a very nice cooling effect as well. For me, I like to work this in like a sleeping pack, and I like to dump a lot of it onto my skin, because it is a bit light to use in the, it's getting warmer, but it's still a bit chilly. The last ingredient that I'm also on the lookout for is sulforaphane. I don't know why this is so hard to pronounce. Sulforaphane. Basically, this ingredient is found in broccoli sprouts, and it also helps inhibit the melanin production. So I actually saw this from Director Pie. She had brought a broccoli extract. This is just broccoli extract, and what I'll do is I'll mix a bit of this into an essence that I use. So this is the Primera Essence Miracle Seed that I recently, actually this morning, I just finished it up this morning. And what I did is that I dropped a couple of drops of the broccoli extract into this essence, and I'll mix it and I'll apply it. Of course, other than applying the ingredients, sulforaphane, that was tricky. I also like to intake broccoli. I have a delicious recipe that's like super simple. Basically, I cut up pieces of broccoli and I put it in a mixer with banana. There you have it. A really, really healthy but delicious drink that's not only going to help your health, but it's also going to help evening out the skin tone. So that's it, guys. I introduced you to some of the ways, some of the products that I'm currently using to even out the skin tone. I don't know why I did that. To even out the skin tone. But let me know what you guys have been doing. I know rice is also another great ingredient, so I'm thinking of also incorporating the I'm From Rice toner. But other than that, let me know what you guys have been doing, what you guys have been checking out. I really, really love to know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like. Stick around a little more before you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next. Ciao!